Don't you know that you're beautiful, just the way you are, just the way you can.
Hey loves, welcome to or back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Evita. I am going to be talking about why I had a hysterectomy today. So I have been asked a lot to post a video about why I had a hysterectomy. So here it is. And about 15 years ago, I was diagnosed with endometriosis. If you guys don't know what that is when the lining of your uterus grows outside of your uterus on other organs, and it causes the worst pain ever. Like, if you guys have kids, if you ever had a child, like you birthed a child, it feels like a constant contraction. That's the only way I can explain it. It's like a contraction that doesn't ease up. It's a horrible pain, and you feel it like down in your pelvic area. I had back pain, and this part might be TMI, but I also had rectal pain. So it was, my endometriosis was everywhere, and it was absolutely awful. It was the worst pain that it was worse. I remember my endometriosis pain more than I remember my childbirth pain. Like, I don't remember my contractions from giving birth, but I do remember my endometriosis pain. Probably because I suffered from it for a super long year, or about 14 years, because I had, about 14 years, 13, 14 years, because I had my hysterectomy in 2020. So yeah, but it's like the worst pain ever. Like, I wouldn't wish that on anyone. It's horrible. So yeah, about 15 years ago, I was diagnosed with it. I did try to maintain my pain with my diet. I went ahead and recorded a video about that. So if you guys are interested about me becoming vegan and whatnot, I'll go ahead and link that up above. I hope it's going to be on this side. I hope it's going to be on this side, because I'm always pointing over here. Watch, it's like on this side. But yeah, that is the reason why I had a hysterectomy. So I remember going to the hospital, and I thought I was pregnant and just having a miscarriage or something. Like, it felt like contractions. Like, that's what I explained to the doctor. I'm like, it feels like contractions. But I'm like, I just got off of my menstrual cycle, so it can't be that I'm pregnant. But they were like, okay, whatever, we'll check into it anyway. So they looked it up. The ER, useless. They couldn't find anything. I went to my gynecologist, and she scheduled my surgery, a laparoscopic surgery, exploratory surgery, to look and see. And then that's when she told me that I had hysterectomy. That's when she told me I had endometriosis. So after she told me, she just gave me pain medicine. This is when I lived in Ohio. She just gave me pain medicine, and I managed it that way. So I was on pain management, and I was on high doses, not high doses, but I was on, I don't remember the name of the medicine, but it was a very strong pain medicine that I was on, and I would take that every time I felt that pain. I did not become addicted. I only took my pain medicine when I was in pain. So I controlled that for up until 2011. And then after that, I was like, I'm tired of taking pain medicines. I am tired of missing out on stuff. Like, I would miss out on family gatherings. I would mess up my husband and I date nights, because the pain would just come. It would literally come from nowhere. If you guys know, if you have endometriosis, then you know it. The pain will literally come from nowhere. Like, I could be fine one minute, the next minute I would be like this, crying in tears, because the pain was so unbearable. I remember one time that I was doing someone's hair. I'm gonna tell you guys now, I have adult ADD, and I will jump from subject to subject. Sorry. Typically I don't realize it until I've done it. Just now I just caught myself of what I was doing, thank goodness. But let me go back to that story. I remember doing someone's hair, and we were just talking, everything was good. Then I started to feel funny, and I was like, oh, this is the pain, the endometriosis pain. This girl had drove like 45 minutes to an hour to come for me to do her hair, and I felt so bad. But I don't do hair. It's just a friend. I was just helping her out. I was just doing a friend's hair, like twisted it or something. I literally could not stand and do her hair because of the pain. Like, I was like, I'm so sorry. All I could do was cry because number one, I felt bad that she drove so far, and number two, the pain was like so unbearable. So yeah, I think I'm getting off the topic. But yeah, that's endometriosis is the main reason why I had a hysterectomy. Like, there was no other reason, and it did take me a very long time to have a hysterectomy. When I moved down south in 2011, that is when, of course, I had to start with a new gynecologist, and it's a male, and he was like, it's your body. Oh my god, I love my doctor. He just retired. I literally was gonna cry. If my husband wasn't like right there, I would have cried because he thought I was crazy crying because my doctor retired. But he was like the best male gynecologist I have ever had. He listened to everything I had to say. He said it was my body, my choice of when and if I wanted to have a hysterectomy. So what led up to me having a hysterectomy is I could no longer control my pain with my diet for some odd reason. I couldn't figure out why I could no longer control my pain. I typically had it under control. I remember before I switched my diet from being an omnivore to becoming vegan, I would be in pain and I would bleed ever so heavily for about 4 days. 4 days straight of me not eating because the pain was unbearable and just taking pain medicine. So I mean, I was eating like crackers because I didn't want to eat or take pain medicine on an empty stomach. But other than that, I was not eating like nothing, you guys. And I'm gonna say this right now, I have gained a lot, not a lot, I've gained some weight, and I'm super excited because I used to be like skin and bones because I wouldn't eat for days because of that pain. So now I no longer have that pain. My weight is staying on, which I am super happy about. But yeah, so up until 2020 I had it under control with my diet, and in 2020 is when I realized like, oh, this pain is like, it's different, it's weird. So that's when we found out that I now had fibroids. I tried to control the pain from the fibroids, and I also have cysts. I've always had cysts on my ovaries, but I also tried to control the pain from the cysts, the endometriosis, and the fibroids with my diet, with my vegan diet. That wasn't working. I was like, oh, I can't. I was like, I can no longer do this. I'm missing out on too much. Like I said, I was missing out on family gatherings. I was missing out on date nights for my husband and I. Just missing out on a lot of stuff. Staying in the bed for way too long, for days at a time. And then that's when I decided to go ahead and have my hysterectomy. And I'm super excited, or not excited, super happy that I had my hysterectomy in 2020 before my gynecologist retired. He retired in 2021. I am super happy that he was the one that did my hysterectomy because I don't think I would have trusted anyone else. Like, I loved my gynecologist. He was like that awesome, you guys. But yeah, that's the reason why I had a hysterectomy. And I did have a total hysterectomy, ooporectomy, and I also had my fallopian tube removed. So I had my cervix removed, I had my uterus removed, I had my left ovary removed, and my left fallopian tube removed. A lot of people have asked me like, why were you on bed rest for so long? Because I had all of that removed, and my doctor recommended that I stay on bed rest for 8 weeks. I did end up having like some type of complications after my hysterectomy where I had developed an abscess inside, and oh my god, that pain was like worse than the endometriosis pain. Simply because I didn't know what it, I knew my endometriosis pain. I knew what that felt like. It hurt, but I knew what it was. When I developed that abscess, that was like a different pain, and it was a familiar pain. I ended up in the hospital for like a week. I was like this big because I could not eat for like a week. And then I was back on bed rest for like another week or two. Yeah. So listen to your doctor. I did stay on bed rest when I had my hysterectomy because, you know, my husband wasn't letting me do anything. But I did stay on bed rest simply because I was like, I don't want to mess up anything on my insides or anything like that. But yeah, that is the reason why I had a hysterectomy. Let me know in the comments down below why you had a hysterectomy or why you're considering having a hysterectomy. I really want to know other reasons why people have hysterectomies, but that is the reason for my hysterectomy, simply because I had endometriosis, cysts, and fibroids that just got out of control that I could no longer control with my diet. But that is all for this video, you guys. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I'll talk to you all in my next video. Bye.